Hi, welcome to a special vodcast episode of Don't Worry About the Government. I'm Ronnie Weiss. I'm here at the Dallas-Fort Worth Airport, and I'm going to meet Chris Novembrino in person for the very first time. It's November 7th, 2012. What are we going to cover?
What's happening, my man?
And with me is Mitt Romney.
No, I'm Mick Romney.
Mick Romney, because he became Irish in the interim?
It's like Mick Jagger.
Oh,
yeah.
Because he's a rock star.
Yeah. What is Mitt Romney going to do now? Seriously.
Be rich for the rest of his life.
There's
not
that.
so hard.
There's that. I mean, yeah. I guess
his life wasn't exactly tough before. I mean, other than, what was it, an ironing table that they used?
They used to eat dinner off of an ironing table.
Yeah,
how could you say
tough.
that their life wasn't tough?
No, it was. Way back when.
Yeah.
And not exaggerated in the slightest when his father was a governor.
No way. Yeah. Mommy's father was a senator.
Yeah. The political family.
Yeah.
They have. Did you see the Onion thing from when they were talking about the candidates, and they said that this is what Romney was born to do: lose elections. That his father, that he comes from a long line of people who lose elections.
He's carrying on the family legacy.
Exactly, of losing. Okay, so where do they go from here? Obama won. If you don't know that, I don't know why you're watching this.
No, presumably. I mean, and if you're surprised by that, well, that's your own problem.
Yeah, I mean, you haven't obviously been listening to our podcast for the past few weeks,
and we broke it down. We broke it down systematically through this whole process.
We broke down what Nate Silver has been saying, basically.
But we also sat with an electoral map and said, look, if he wins these, then the math is basically very simple.
Yeah.
And the thing that still drives me crazy, and drove me crazy actually when I was having to watch all the coverage of this last night, was that, I mean, there still was just this utter lack of the electoral map. Fox was pretending that this wasn't a thing for as long as humanly possible.
Yeah, no, and even then, I saw a headline like, they're still waiting to count the Ohio votes. Okay.
Yeah, Florida right now sits it's keeping me from collecting my bets, but it's gonna eventually get called Obama, and then I'm gonna make my $60.
Oh, well, there you go, because you're over 305.
Over 305.
And that's all it was.
That's all it was.
305 wasn't ever gonna happen, though, as an actual number.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah,
so in that sense, the bet was a bit flawed. No, because like especially when I was looking at it, I was like, dude, the other field is clearly 303. Boy, Chris, that was kind of dumb. You really didn't give yourself the best option. But the reality is it didn't matter.
No, it didn't, because he killed him. So what do the Republicans do from here?
I mean, I've been watching Fox because I wanted to get that sense of it. And the whole thing with Megyn Kelly was reassuring everyone, we don't need to get more moderate. We need to stay conservative. We probably should have ran someone more conservative. I heard Pat Caddell say that the issues weren't structural, they were tactical.
So is that blaming Romney, or is that?
Yeah, that becomes a Romney issue. His campaign was bad. Our platform doesn't suck ass. It's that Mitt Romney's campaign is bad.
Yeah, and then you have Eric Erickson saying in a tweet that at least learn the lesson of don't pick the most electable candidate because they're not electable.
Yeah, it's. I mean, the issue is that Mitt Romney wasn't electable. And so I think even there's a...
I don't know, yeah, I don't know exactly. The premise doesn't really work.
Yeah, the premise doesn't hold. The idea that Mitt Romney was electable, that you were going to run a guy against the president who passed healthcare, whose plan essentially was healthcare, and he wasn't going to be able to attack hard against it. I mean, come on. That's dumb.
So the last thing, what do you expect from Obama and or Congress in the next 4 years?
Not a lot, but one thing to watch that I think is quite interesting is that now that the Senate is broken into essentially 50-50, Angus King and Bernie Sanders, the two independents, have a lot of say, because the Democrats are going to have to pass a shitload of stuff through reconciliation.
I think third parties got a lot of attention this year, comparatively. I mean, I remember 2008 in a strong way like I am watching this, but I don't remember anybody really caring. I mean, they talked about spoilers, but it's...
Gary Johnson potentially could be that spoiler in Florida. If you assume that all the Gary Johnson voters are pissed off Ron Paul people and Romney loses by under 40,000 votes, that Romney's going to have to look at that. Republicans are really going to have to look at that.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens over the next 4 years. We're Don't Worry About the Government. You can find us at don'tworry.tv. I'm Ronnie Weiss.
I'm driving the car. My name is Chris Novembrino. Don't drink and drive.
From Texas, goodbye. All right, well, see ya.
Bye.
Next time, come to New York. Oh, don't look so sad. I'll see you on a vodcast, or hear you on a podcast, or talk to you on the phone, or text you.
It's not going to be the same.
Oh, bye, Chris.
Bye.
That was fun. Off to Maui.